Okay guys, so let's take the box out and unbox this big boy right here, the 7260R. The Mini, it's right there, that's coming next. Probably going to be after the Quadets review is posted. I'm still working on that, but I cannot wait. I want to open this as soon as possible, so I'm going to share that with you guys and we'll do it today. Man, this thing is heavy. Yeah. All right. So the packaging, this is how it looks on the top. Very nicely packed. Like always, TEVERUN actually has good quality products, and so far I was not disappointed in the packaging. And you see the two steer dampeners. Hopefully they have upgrades here, so we'll get a better performance scooter compared to the reviews that we've seen a few months ago and last year. So we get here on top, you have the booklet, the keys, and the universal toolkit. And we have here 84 volts, 5 amp hour charger. I'm going to use a 10 amp. I have a bunch of them. Will make this so much faster. So this is supposed to be 60 amps. With 10 amps, I'll be able to charge in about 6 hours here. This is the clamp for the stem. Yeah, very nicely packed, actually. I'm surprised. This thing is, holy moly, this thing is massive. Man, this thing is huge. Ugh. I mean, I can lift it, but I think it's just better to roll it out. There you go. So much easier, so much better. This thing is massive. This is too big. Now I'll see if I can lift it at least. Yeah, I can still lift it. But this thing is, I mean, these 14-inch tires are just humongous. Man, I hope it performs as good as it looks. This thing is a beast. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult here with the screen. I have to kind of hold it, but once you have the first two screws a little bit, and then it's going to be so much easier. And make sure you adjust all the cables so nothing is in the way. The first thing that I see here is that the cables are now wrapped. It has zip ties, but they can be done so much nicer with that wrap around. That'll be so much cooler. All right, so the scooter, it's assembled. Nice screen. Let's remove all this plastic, reflectors, and there's a few things that I like and a few things that I dislike about the scooter, and I can't explain this. Check this out. Look at this wiring here. Like, seriously, such a nice scooter, and this is undone. I mean, it's nicely wrapped, but this zip ties, I would remove them and I'll put that wrapping nice webbing like this one here that the previous Mini Fighter that I tested, no, the 11 Plus I tested should have. So I feel like it's not finished. Good console, good grips. The screen looks really cool. I like this cover of the bolt underneath the console. Everything looks really nice. I like this part that you actually can put here a bag or a backpack, and this connects to the body here. Nice hook. I like the foot pad here, the rubber, all really nicely done. The body is just super cool. Look how wide it is. And I like the look, even this is here nicely done. Now that looks a little it's plenty of space here, and it's secure, so it's not moving anywhere. Yeah, it's secure there. Looks like it's connected. This fender looks like it's reinforced. back and front. It's not carbon fiber, but hopefully we'll see if it makes noise or not in a full review. This is just going to be first initial impression unboxing. I would remove this, and I want to show this massive 14-inch tires, and the body just looks, look how big it is. 60 amps, 72 volts. This is just the biggest battery scooter I've seen so far, and I've seen the scooter on CES 2024 Las Vegas show, and it was insanely cool. But having it in person here, just the size of it, it's a massive freaking animal. This thing is just crazy. Bigger suspension. So I want to remove this. If it doesn't rain, I will not get splashed. If it rains, you need to put them back. But I want to remove this so you can see the tires, how massive and how cool this is. Look at this motor. So this is best to go off-road. This is just pure madness. The size and integration of this 2500 watt motors with a maximum power delivery of 15,000 watts, and this battery 72 volts, 60 amp hours into this frame design is insane. 140 pounds of weight. If you want to turn heads, this is a scooter to ride. This is the next level of fun riding. Looks like the Batman scooter. I actually want to see this in silver. I tested this quad 2 years ago, and that was a cool, fast ride. Now, this scooter design looks more appealing to me. So much bigger, bigger wheels, more suspension, more travel, and better, more modern design to my eye. Alright, so let's go for the first ride. It is fully charged, show here 100%. Let's see how it feels, how it rides. Alright, let's go plus. This is walking speed, D1. Oh, this is actually stable. The suspension is freaking crazy. Whoa, so much travel. And these tires are so wide that, look at this, I can stop and the scooter just stands, it doesn't tilt. Look at this. I can just like stand straight up. This is crazy. Now the horn is not loud enough. Alright, let's go next level. Okay, and this is not dual, so let's see how do we get dual. I think now it's dual. Yeah, I can feel the kick. So this scooter is extremely soft, like the travel, I don't know if you guys can see, it's so much freaking travel. This is crazy. I feel like I'm on a tower. It's so high up. Let's go next speed. This is the Cycle Plus. This is the small, this is designed for actually for a bike. There's a bigger one for e-bike, which is slightly wider and longer, but this is, you know, this bike needs 40 psi, and we did the first tire, the front tire, and actually it does work pretty well. Look how cool it is. And you can actually remove the cable and just press it down without the cable, and it's gonna still work. Check this out. Let's power it on. Alright, it's on now. 40 psi. Look at that. And it's working. Look how small it is. This is insane. And you can come from this side to show the screen. Look at this. And it has to get to 20 to 40 psi. Now it shows 21. It was 20 earlier. How crazy is that? How tiny it is. And it's designed for bicycles, and it can do motorcycle tires. Look. this out. 38, almost 40. So let's see if it stops. 39. 40. That's it. Perfect. I mean, you can just throw it in your, in your backpack, in your pocket. You'll never even notice it's there. This is how cool this, this small, compact, tiny pump is. And let me actually show you when you. Okay, this is out. You can actually remove this thing right here on the bike, and you can just press down like that and just pump. And you don't need this extension. This is for like bigger bikes. Look how tiny it is. It's smaller than my fist. This is so cool. Oh, it picks up speed nicely. Seems to be very stable. Shit. Yeah, so the problem is, I don't know if you guys saw this, so if you just accelerate, it just keeps going faster and faster. If you press brakes, it kind of wobbles a little bit. So, let's see if I can. Why is not locking more? 3. Oh, I think now it's better. Let's see. It has a lot of power. This is crazy, guys. This is like, I feel like the handlebar needs to be slightly wider, but still feels comfortable and feels good. Oh wow. Look at that. Whoa. First day, I'm not gonna push to the max, but what I feel here is that if you accelerate and let it just slide, just like, go by the inertia, right, it's super stable. But if you delicately just barely touch the brakes, it starts wobbling. So it needs to be set up, I think, and I'll need to get used to it. So that's gonna come later in the full review. I have to gear up, get the jacket, get the boots, the pants and everything, and then we'll do a full test. And I'll need a couple of days to really, get to feel and get to learn how the scooter moves and performs. So that's gonna come in a full video. But first, initial impression: this thing it's wildly powerful, and it's just, look at this travel. This is insane. Like, this is not a scooter made for speed, but for off-road, for difficult terrains, for access in areas where you can't even walk. This thing is gonna do insanely well, and the dual motor with these huge motors is gonna do so well uphill. So I think if you're hunting, if you're going off-road, this is gonna be super cool and super fun for that purpose. And I'm trying to go slower, so it's not much wind, so you guys can hear. I don't have the mic with me, so hopefully this video comes out well and you guys can understand what I'm saying. But if I go fast, this thing is gonna just, it's gonna be too much wind, too much noise. You're not gonna hear or understand what I'm saying. But so far, first impression, I love this thing. It looks massive, it looks monstrous. It looks incredibly, powerful, incredibly cool. So I like that. I have to adjust suspension to make it less soft, but besides that, up to 80 kilometers an hour, this is fun. I completely tightened the both steer dampeners and I stiffened up the front suspension, but I was not able to lock it in. The wobble comes from the very soft front shock, and the fenders at 85 to 90 kilometers an hour, that's about 55 miles an hour, and that's when the front fender starts to flop and hit the tire aggressively. If you coast at this high speed, you're fine, but if you touch the brakes slightly, that's when the wobble starts to pick up. The whole front suspension system, it's so soft and the arms are so long, there's so much travel, and because you can't lock it, it creates this wobble at over 90 kilometers an hour. I was able to cruise at 85 kilometers an hour very comfortably, but anything over 90 is just super unstable and sketchy. The ability to perform jumps, speed boosts, smash through objects, and run over huge obstacles, this frame, it's made to take a serious beating. It has a brutal design. I think it should come in camouflage paint. It looks like a military vehicle. On the full review, I'll remove the fenders and I'll try to lock the front end, and I think this, hopefully, should fix the problem. First impressions, from 0 up to 53 miles an hour, this is super solid, stable, the acceleration, it's insanely fast and super exciting. I love how comfortable this frame is, and the travel, it's insane. Guys, the full review of this monster and the quad is coming next week. I hope the rain stops and I can finalize the testing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.